Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are kicking off my Be Better series with an updated version of my Shealoe homemade buttercream. This stuff is crazy thick and rich and is an absolutely gorgeous moisturizer, perfect for the drier months that we have coming up here in the Northern Hemisphere. I want to thank Rhonda for giving me the inspiration to revamp this recipe. And if you're not familiar with my Be Better series, which we are kind of really kicking off today with this post, check out the video that I created announcing it. I will link that in the description box below. The first thing I did to update this formula was to percentage-ify it. We'll just pretend that's a word. The version I shared back in February of 2014, we kind of percentified and that the numbers added up to 100. So I can see that I was thinking of these things as percentages. I just wasn't presenting them that way. And then I also didn't include the preservative as part of the percentages, which we are definitely doing today. The original project was designed to be really richly moisturizing and soothing, perfect for super dry skin. So with that in mind, I have amped up the formula with some other things that are great for dry, irritated skin. First off, I have added some colloidal oatmeal and panthenol, also known as vitamin B5. So both of these are great soothing and moisturizing ingredients, and Rhonda also included those in her updated version, which she told me about in the comments section on the original post. So if you want to go read through those and learn about all the awesome changes that she made to really amp up this project for herself, I highly recommend you do that. Our oil phase sports two new ingredients. So the original was just emulsifying wax and shea butter, but I have improved that a little bit. I have included some dimethicone 350. So this is an ingredient I would not have used back in 2014, but it's one that I have really changed my mind about and really like. And what it's really doing here is improving the slip of the end product. Shea butter is a little kind of greasy and can be a little kind of grabby on the skin, and I find that without the dimethicone 350, this is a pretty kind of sort of product. So I find that the dimethicone 350 really helps. I've also included some cetearyl alcohol for that wonderful, rich, fluffy thickening that it gives, which is really in line with the consistency that I wanted for this product. Our cool down phase also sports two new ingredients. So in addition to a better defined preservative sort of prescription, we also have 0.5% of lavender essential oil, again, great for that calming goodness, and we have some soothing calendula extract. The finished product isn't hugely different from the version that I shared back in 2014, but it is a lot better. It's much more polished and much more carefully thought through. If you have dry skin, I highly recommend making it. Just a reminder, if you want more information about this formulation, and especially if you want to read more about the changes that I made and kind of compare it to the old version, make sure you are clicking through to the blog post linked in the description box below. There's a lot more information there, including the full written formula, information on substitutions, scaling, shelf life, and a whole lot more. But come on, let's get started. We'll begin by combining the ingredients for our heated water phase and our heated oil phase in two separate heat-resistant glass measuring cups. So in this one, I already have 12 grams of water. To that, I'm going to add 5 grams of vegetable glycerin, 30 grams aloe vera juice, 2 grams panthenol or vitamin B5, and 2 grams colloidal oatmeal. For our oil phase, we'll need 12 grams Polawax, 27 grams shea butter, 3 grams dimethicone 350, and for substitutions and alternatives, please read the blog post linked in the description box below, and 5 grams cetearyl alcohol. Up next, we're going to weigh our water phase and note that weight, making sure to note that it does include the spatula as well. To heat everything through, we're going to put both parts in a water bath. So this is a wide, flat bottom saute pan with about 1 inch or 3 centimeters of water in the bottom of it. And I'm going to go pop this on the stovetop over medium heat for about half an hour to melt everything through and heat everything up to the same temperature. Well, I'm afraid I forgot to turn the camera on to record for the bit that happened just before this, but basically I took our pan off of the heat, topped up the water phase with a bit of additional preheated distilled water, and then poured the water phase into the oil phase. And now we are going to start blending with our immersion blender. Okay, so that was about 3 minutes of blending, and you can see this is still very liquid and it's definitely still very hot. Now, because this has such a large oil phase, it is going to thicken up a lot as it cools. So I don't want to leave it for too long between blendings. So I'm going to come back in about 3 minutes to see how it's doing. Okay, so it's 3 minutes later, starting to thicken a little on the top there, but not super thick just yet, which is good because I'd like to be able to blend this a little bit more before it almost solidifies. So we're going to do just that. So about 2 minutes of blending later, and you can see this is really thickening as it cools, which is of course exactly what we want. So we're going to clean out our immersion blender here. I'm also going to switch to a sturdier spatula because I don't want to break this one because this lotion is so thick. That's still very warm, but we can weigh out our cool down phase now. So for our cool down phase, we're going to need 1/2 gram of lavender essential oil, 1 gram calendula extract, and 1/2 gram of liquid germall plus. Once the lotion has cooled to room temperature, we can incorporate our cool down phase. So we are going to just scoop a bit of it out and into the cool down phase, and then we're going to whisk until smooth. Once this mixture is nice and smooth, transfer it back into the parent batch and stir to combine. Once that's all done, you can package it up. For a package, I've got this lovely 100 milliliter jar from Humblebee that we're gonna pop this into. You can definitely, I hope, tell from looking at this that it's not gonna work in a pump top bottle. It's just much too thick. So I definitely recommend choosing a wide-mouthed jar for this product since it is basically a solid. So this is really thick. It goes on a lot like a butter. It's definitely a little lighter than a butter, but it is definitely very intense. And there you go. You just made a beautiful updated Shealoe buttercream. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and please remember to go down to the description box below this video and click through to find the partner post on my blog. There you'll find lots more information, including links to places to purchase all of the ingredients, more information on the formulation, and information on shelf life, scaling, substitutions, and a whole lot more. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time.